Hare Krishna. On the eve of Radhashtami, we are just going to celebrate Radhashtami on Wednesday, the whole of Wednesday. We are every day during the morning program discussing stories of Radha and Krishna, trying to understand Radharani a little more. Today, I'm going to share with you all a very beautiful story of Radharani. When Radharani was a small girl, she served a great saint named Durvas Muni. Durvas Muni is not an ordinary person. He was a very quickly angered saint. If you do something that displeases him, he will immediately curse you. So therefore, most people stayed away from Durvas Muni because they didn't want to take any risk with him. But Radharani was different. She loved serving saints. And when she got an opportunity to serve this great saint named Durvas Muni, she really put her heart into serving him. And she served Durvas Muni so nicely. Durvas Muni was very pleased with her. And he gave her a blessing. The blessing that Durvas Muni gave Radharani was, whatever you cook will taste like nectar. And whoever eats the food that you cook will never get sick. Now, to have a blessing like that is not an ordinary blessing, isn't it? In spite of having such a blessing, Radharani every single day learns how to cook better. Imagine she already has the blessing that every meal, everything she cooks will taste like nectar. But yet, Radharani learns on a daily basis how she can cook better for Krishna. And therefore, one of the names of Radha, or the several names of Radharani, one of the names is she's called as Vidyarthini. The word Vidyarthini means she is an eternal student. And what is she learning? She is learning on a daily basis. How can I please Krishna more? All of us should learn from Radha's attitude of being eternal students. Somehow, after being in spiritual life for a few years, we start thinking, I know everything. We start thinking that I don't have to learn more from anyone. I have figured it out. But a person who is a Vidyarthi all his or her life will never feel I know enough. Imagine Radha, she is like the supreme most devotee in the universe. She is in the mode of a learner on a daily basis. What does people you and me? So Radharani, she used to make such wonderful, food. One day, Yashoda Mai got to know about this mood of Radharani, and she went to Radharani's mother, Kirtida, and she told her that my son Krishna, he remains sick a lot. Can Radharani come and cook for my son? Kirtida was so happy that Radharani is going to get to cook for Krishna himself. She said, yes, yes, please take Radharani. I'll make sure that Radha comes every day to cook for Krishna. So from that day onwards, Radharani started going to the house of Mother Yashoda and cooking for Krishna. And when Radharani would cook the meals for Krishna, the food that Radharani would cook would taste so delicious that Krishna would love it. And he would eat so much. And Mother Yashoda was so happy that Krishna is finally eating so much food. She was so grateful to Radharani and she was so happy with Radharani that one day she called her. After she fed Krishna and Krishna ate the food, he washed his hands and he went to sleep. And when Krishna went to sleep, after Krishna goes to sleep, then Radharani eats the remnants of Krishna and then she goes home. One day, Radharani was just leaving for her house. Yashoda Mai called her. She told her that I am so happy with you. And she spontaneously did something that Radharani never expected. In fact, Yashoda didn't even plan this. She took turmeric in her hand, paste of turmeric, and put it on the hands of Radharani. it is explained that when an elderly lady who has a son puts turmeric on the hand of a young girl, it means that she has accepted her as her daughter-in-law. Radharani was so happy that Yashoda put turmeric on her hands. She was so excited that Yashoda has accepted her as her daughter-in-law. Obviously, in that great excitement and bliss, she ran back to her house in Barsana. But just before she entered Barsana, she realized, what will I tell my mother? I mean, I'm not officially married to Krishna, and there is no official engagement or anything like that. But already Yashoda has put turmeric on my hands. What will I tell my mother? And what will I tell all the residents of Barsana? What answer will I give everybody? So Radharani felt a little embarrassed that how am I going to explain this? Nobody is going to understand the ecstasy of Yashoda. Nobody is going to understand the love that Radha has for Krishna. So what she did, she went to a small pond at the entrance of Barsana, and she washed her hands in that pond. When Radharani washed her hand in that pond, the entire pond became filled with yellow color because of the turmeric in Radharani's hand. From that day, that particular pond got the name Pili Poker. Poker means pond, and Pili Poker means a yellow pond. The color of that pond remained yellow for the rest of eternity. And that pond represents the beautiful connection between Radha and Krishna. Of course, Radharani went back home with her hands clean. No one knew what had actually happened, but everyone wondered, how is that pond yellow now? All of us are trying to develop a relationship with Krishna. But not everybody will understand that, isn't it? We all want to connect with Krishna very strongly. Not everybody is prepared to understand our relationship with Krishna. Not everybody is ready to accept our relationship with Krishna. And therefore, it is important that till we reach a point where the world learns to accept our love for Krishna, we keep it a private affair. Spiritual life is a private thing. Our connection with Krishna is a very private thing. You don't have to go and keep telling the whole world, I am connected with Krishna now. Till you are mature, till you are paripatva, which means you have really attained maturity in your spiritual journey. You should not just go and keep telling the whole world about your connection with Krishna, because the world is not going to understand. And even if they want to understand, you may not have the maturity to explain it to them, isn't it? Because this is an evolving relationship. And therefore, in the beginning stages of our spiritual journey, we should keep our connection with Krishna private, which means that you personally develop such a strong conviction about Krishna consciousness that no one can shake you up. If your connection with Krishna is weak, and then you go and tell the world about your connection with Krishna, they will tell you such things that will shake up your faith and the connection with Krishna directly. And therefore, one of the offenses to the holy name is that one should not preach to the faithless persons. Faithless persons means those who can shake your faith. If you preach to somebody who is faithless, and your faith is still very fragile, then please don't preach to people who are faithless, because they will shake up your faith. Because their faith in faithlessness is so strong, much stronger than your faith in Krishna. So till you reach a point where your faith in Krishna is unshakable, till that point, keep your connection with Krishna a private affair. Let your heart get nourished with your connection with Krishna. Let your soul get so convinced about your connection with Krishna, and then you declare it to the world. When you declare it to the world with full conviction, then every single person whom you tell will follow what you're saying, because you're speaking in conviction. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, he told his disciples, we can take over the world in 18 days, provided I find at least 5 people 100% conviction that Krishna is God. Unfortunately, till now, we don't have even 5 such people who have 100% conviction Krishna is God. Otherwise, we could have taken over the world long back, according to Srila Prabhupada. One man, Srila Prabhupada, had so much conviction that practically he created thousands and thousands of devotees. One person. Imagine if every one of us have that kind of conviction in Krishna, how many people we can bring to the fold of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, let us first develop that conviction. Let us first develop that complete faith in Krishna. Let us invest time in developing the connection. Let us absorb ourselves in hearing about Krishna, reading about Krishna, chanting Krishna's names. And slowly our conviction on Krishna will become unshakable, and no one can shake our faith on Krishna, and our relationship with Krishna will become powerful, and it will lead to many, many people developing their connection with Krishna. Thank you very much. On the auspicious day of Radhashtami, we're going to have a very special morning program where I'm going to tell some really amazing stories about Radharani and help us understand how to develop our deeper faith and connection with Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.